Hi guys, teacher Zdenek. I'm doing another halftime show. This is a bonus halftime show for this week. So this is the second one. I did one yesterday. However, I had some technical issues and that's why I couldn't publish it on my YouTube channel. Instead, you can find it in two parts on my Instagram. This is a bonus one and I'm going to be talking about the game West Ham United, Leeds United. So far, it's 2-1 for Leeds, which is really an interesting result. The game is very eventful. A lot of things are happening. It's action-packed. And let's go through some vocabulary. Bowen's cross seeking Antonio. Bowen is a West Ham United offensive player, and he was seeking Antonio. To seek is another way of saying to look for. So it's like Bowen was looking for Antonio with his cross. He was seeking Antonio. It's been a decent start for Leeds. That's right. Leeds United started off really well. They were on the front foot. And if you say a decent start, that means not bad at all. Quite good. Decent is like quite good. Yeah. Starting a bit quicker than the home side. Again, we're talking about Leeds. The home side is another way of saying West Ham United. They're playing at home. The game is happening at the London Stadium, and that means West Ham United are the home side. Leeds United are the away side. So the home side is the home team. The away side is the away team. David Moyes on the touchline, a bit concerned how the team started. Obviously, David Moyes is the West Ham manager and he is on the touchline, nervous on the touchline. Yeah? The touchline is one of the two lines that you have at the sides of the pitch. Yeah. These lines mark the playing area. Okay. Obviously, then you have two goal lines as well, right? So this is what constitutes the rectangle: the two goal lines and the two touch lines. And if a manager is concerned, that means that manager is a bit worried, a bit worried because of the way they started. And no surprise, Leeds scored the first goal. They were the better team at the beginning. In the 10th minute, Jack Harrison and the commentators said, so unlikely to get done by a long ball. That's how it all started. It started with a long ball. I think Aaron Cresswell made a mistake and West Ham got done by a long ball. So if you get done, it means you get beaten. Yeah, so you get surprised on the you make a mistake, you get beaten, you get defeated by something unexpected. A long ball. Usually West Ham are strong in the air, so that was uncharacteristic of West Ham to get done, to be defeated, to be beaten by a long ball. All right, and then the problem started for Leeds United. A big struggle because two guys got injured within the span of like 5 minutes. And in the 20th minute, Adam Forshaw got injured. And what the commentator said when he saw Adam Forshaw had been treated, he said, they don't want to lose Adam Forshaw. He has been so influential in the middle. So Adam Forshaw, the midfielder, has been influential. So if a player is influential, it means that player is making a lot of difference. Yeah, it's if you are able to influence the game, that means you have a lot of impact on the game, that you're making the difference. And also, why do we use present perfect here? Has been. Why is it not is or was? The reason the commentator used has been is because we use this tense, present perfect tense, for something that started in the past. So when the game started, that's when Adam Forshaw started playing. And up to that moment where he was lying on the ground there, he is still playing, right? So that it hasn't finished yet. So that's why we say has been so influential. Well, 1 minute later, he was subbed off. He had to be brought off and substituted. And when it rains, it pours, which is an expression that the commentators didn't use. I am using it. When it rains, it pours. So that means when you have problems, more problems suddenly appear. Because one more player started limping, Junior Firpo, and indeed 2 minutes later, he had to be substituted as well. Now, from then on, it looked like West Ham were like a predator pouncing at a wounded animal, because if two of your players get injured in the 20th minute, it doesn't really help you with confidence, does it? So it looked like West Ham United could sense blood, could smell blood, yeah? And then the commentators said, can Leeds steady the ship and keep West Ham at bay? I love these two expressions. I believe they both come from sailing. Yeah. Can Leeds steady the ship? So imagine a ship is rocking because of, waves or a storm. And if you are the captain, you're at the wheel. Yeah. You have to steady the ship. You have to keep it in balance. In other words, to bring it under control. And can Leeds steady the ship after those two injuries? Can they bring the game under control? They were winning at that point, right? Can they keep West Ham at bay? So to keep someone at bay means to stop or prevent someone from attacking or harming you. Yeah, keep someone at bay. All right. So two very, very nice expressions from sailing. Bay. What's a bay? Bay is like, so it's like, how you have the ocean and sometimes there's a piece of land surrounding the ocean. Bay is like an area, like an almost enclosed area where the ships can go. And if I think what this means is if you keep someone at bay, you do the right thing to prevent some problems. Like it means you don't. This is my guess. Yeah, I haven't actually studied the etymology, but it makes sense, right? If you keep someone at bay, it means you don't take them on board, which solves your problem. So it stops problems from spreading or from arising, something like that. It's just my guess, yeah. But at least this is what helps me remember it. You can use a similar mnemonic, like a memory device, to help you remember this. Antonio made an awful tackle. It could be a red, to be honest with you, but fortunately he didn't go with his studs. Studs. So at the bottom of your shoe, of your boot, of your football boot, you have these metal things, studs. And if you go with your studs, let's say from behind, it's usually a red card. But Antonio didn't go with his studs. I think it was like side of the foot or something. So fortunately, he didn't get a red. Fortunately for West Ham. Dawson, big chance from corner. He missed a header. Dawson has scored a few from these distances. That's what the commentators said. Again, why do we use present perfect? Well, because if you talk about somebody's experience, we use present perfect. He has done this in the past. And if you say he has scored a few, now the word few means little or not much, right? Few. But a few actually means the opposite. If you say he has scored a few, it actually means that Dawson is known for scoring goals from corners. So he's good at heading. Yeah. So he has scored a few, which means, yeah, he has scored several goals from there, from corners with his head. And so it's a difference between few. If you say Dawson has scored few goals. This means not much. If you say Dawson has scored a few goals, that means a lot, actually. Yeah. A funny moment. Cresswell was about to take a throw-in, and it took him about, I'm not kidding you, about 20 seconds to take a throw-in. And Mike Dean is the referee. He is the funniest referee ever. He's also a referee I don't like so much because I feel like he has sometimes been unfair towards Arsenal. But I think he's a bit of a clown as a referee. He likes to be in the center of attention. And he proved it again, because when Cresswell wanted to make the throw in, it took him so long that Mike Dean started waving his arms. He was like, he did like this for 8 seconds. The truth is, he can't give him a yellow card for time wasting, because it was West Ham who were losing, and Cresswell is a West Ham player. So he just couldn't see a player. He wanted to play it safe, so waited for someone to be in a safe position. That's why it took him so long to take a throw-in. If it had been the other way around, that player would have probably got a yellow card for time wasting, right? Because this is a tactic that often players use, especially towards the end of the game, to run the clock down, yeah, to time waste in order to buy yourself more time, or to run the clock down. Yeah, that's what it means. Okay, in my opinion, Rice, the best player on the pitch, as always. It's almost always like that. Rice is just another level. He's brilliant. Declan Rice, amazing player. David Bowie, no. Jarrett Bowen equalized from a corner. He found the way through. So if you find the way through, you discover how to achieve or how to deal with something. So there was a problem, obviously. West Ham United were losing, and they were trying to get back. They were trying to equalize, and it took them some time because Dawson's header was a miss, obviously. And then finally, Jarrett Bowen found the way through. If you find the way through, you discover how to achieve or deal with something, okay? Jarrett Bowen in the form of his career. That's what the commentator said. They described Jarrett Bowen. He's playing so well that he's in the form of his career. That means that he has never been in such a good form as he is now. He is in the form of his life, we could say as well. All right, and then something unexpected happened. West Ham United conceded a goal from corner. Leeds scored out of the blue. Ailings was where he was supposed to be at the far post with a tap-in, an easy tap-in for him. It looked like the tide had turned. It looked like the tide had turned emphatically after the equalizer, but this happened. So it looked like the tide had turned. So how do I explain this? So again, we are talking about the ocean. The tide, you can have a high tide, you can have a low tide. So the high tide is when basically when the waves come really far on the beach. Yeah, they come as far as this is the maximum. I think the high tide is the maximum they get. And then low tide is they are away from the beach. The waves, you know how the waves come closer and further? That's called a tide. And the tide had turned is an expression which means basically it looked like West Ham were in the better position. They scored an equalizer. It looked like they would score another goal, and it looked like the tide has turned after the beginning of the game, where obviously Leeds were the better team. But something happened. Leeds scored an unexpected goal. James by Ailings. Then James had a massive chance as well. Just before the halftime, the referee added 4 additional minutes because of the substitutions and injury treatments. All right, guys, that's all. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you like this content. Please give me a thumbs up if you do. Let me know in the comments what you think about this, if you find this useful. The purpose of this is to teach you some vocabulary from football, And I think this is the best way to do it. And yeah, that's all from me. Thank you very much. And I'll speak to you soon.